Hello everybody, so God bless. I just want to, before I actually start on the dream, I just want to introduce some people who were in the dream and kind of like the setting of the dream. So, in the entire dream, it was right before the rapture. So I was semi-transformed, and it was like really dreary everywhere. It was really distraught. There were demons, but they weren't very prominent. But it's a pretty high possibility that you'll see like something at night. And I was semi-transformed, and by this I mean I was like more mature. I'm not entirely sure if I was older or if I was literally just mature. But I was also more intelligent, and in the entire dream I wasn't scared at all. Like there was no fear that resonated with me at all. So in the dream there was this man that I know. He got vaccinated, and I knew that he was turned on, and he was extremely evil. So just putting that down, he's not like a good dude or anything, but and he has a house, and this was the house that I'll be at in the dream, and he had two stepchildren. Yes, and these stepchildren I was supposed to look after in the dream. And I've kind of seen this multiple times that I'm supposed to look after these two kids, but not like as bold as this dream. So this dream is really showing me, hey, you're supposed to be looking after these two kids, like in that box, okay? So to start out the dream, I walked into the house that I just mentioned before. I walked into it and I was looking for these two stepkids because I was supposed to look after them. And while I was out doing whatever, I honestly cannot remember what I was doing, if the dream even said it. And I was out with them, and they had literally just went missing. And so I went to the house to kind of touch base, because this is where we had all been living. I just hadn't been to the house in about a month or so. These kids may have been in the house. So I went in the house and I was looking for them. They were not there. And I don't really know if this part of the dream is important, but on the right side of the upstairs, there's a room, and that was my room before in the dream. And then on the left side was my room now. And my room before, there were huge bugs. Like, there was a spider about this big. And that may not seem huge, but if you don't live in Australia, I think if you walked into a room and you saw a spider this big just sitting there looking at you, I think you would have been scared too. But I didn't get scared in the dream. That's crazy. Whew. Anyway, so there were like huge, ginormous bugs in that room, like magnificently humongous, like huge. And they were like all over the place. There was dust everywhere. It was literally a mess. On the left was my new room that I was actually living at with the two kids, and it was very clean. The electricity was working. There wasn't as much dust, and there were no bugs. Okay, there was 0 bugs. It was very clean, but everywhere was like dusty, and I think I can kind of use my common sense to figure out that obviously buildings were being torn down. There was a lot of like natural disasters going on in that area. There was dust everywhere that you would not, if you ran your finger across your cheek right after you washed it, there'd be dust. Like, it's really bad. Anyway, like I could literally tell they had not been there. And since we did have electricity, I had my phone still charging up next to my bed, And so I picked that up and I called the man because they're his kids. So I called him and I asked if he knew where they were at, and he told me they were injured. And I knew in the dream that he was lying. Like, I don't know if he was just a bad liar or if I was just really smart, but I knew he was lying. And also, as soon as I like picked up the phone and put it to my ear, I saw a vision in the dream of him having a body in his trunk, and he was going to dispose of it. And it was also nighttime where he was at, and it was daytime where I was at. So he wasn't even remotely close to the house. I had a knowing that he was on his way to where I'm at because he thought I had the kids, and he was coming to kill them. But keep in mind that he is activated, so obviously he's a full-blown demon. And so he was on his way to the house, and from me calling him, he had a knowing as well. I knew that he knew that I did not have those kids. Like, neither of us knew where the kids were at, and we need to find them. But while we were on the phone, he knew that I knew that he was a demon, but he still wasn't acting like it. Like, I knew that he was fronting. Like, but he was trying to get me scared to think that he had the kids, and he was like, I don't even know. He was just trying to get me scared that they were injured. But in the dream, like, I had a knowing that I need to find these kids before he got there. And I had a pretty significant amount of time before he got there, but I still needed to hurry up. As soon as he got to the house, I needed to do something to him to, like, probably kill him, actually. So I had left the house to go look for both of them, and, like, keep in mind that I was not scared at all. Like, there was no fear, like, not even a little bit. And let me see if there's anything else that I missed. So, like, that's all. But yeah, so I don't know if the dream was cut off. I honestly don't remember, because I had a knowing, like, the dream kind of was coming to an end, but it stopped. Like, it just cut off at some point. I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, that was all my dream. So God bless. Stay ready for that rapture.